Hi, I'm Bary Barrett, and I'm enrolled in Bary University right here with Bary Clower. And this morning's lesson is trimming a hoof, doctoring a hoof. And Jacko here is getting worked on by Dr. Clower. And got a good bedside manner, doesn't he? When you think cowboy, you don't usually think this kind of thing. It's this everyday stuff that they don't really show that in the movies. You got to feed and water the horses. That's the cutting room floor stuff.
Yeah.
Now that's cowboy.
Now the key to using feed to catch a horse, instead of making them run around, this horse has a sore foot. And so instead of encouraging him to run around with the other guys and get him caught, after he lets me catch him, I'm gonna bring him over here and let him eat. Trick or treat comes once a year, that's in October. Some people believe in it and do it, and some people don't. But it doesn't work with animals. If you're gonna bring them in with the feed, you got to let them eat it. And then we can do our work. We ain't no hurry. I've learned that if you're in a hurry with an animal, you usually create more problems than you're fixing. This morning, we're just gonna let him clean up a little bit of his feed, and then we're gonna work on his feet this morning, and just kind of what I do and what works for me. Some people shoe their horses. My shoeing program here on the Bary is if they come in limping, I shoe them out of the way and catch me another one. So we're gonna get him sound enough to where we can quit shooing him out of the way and start riding him again.
All right, so okay. Bary, what are we gonna be doing with Jacko here? Doctoring a hoof means what?
Okay, strictly depends on what you're doctoring it for. I'm trying to pull soreness out of his foot, lameness. And he's had an abscess and he's just about healed up. You can mix turpentine and boiled linseed oil also as a paint, but just putting pine tar on them, any brand, especially the brand that might sponsor us, but and they're not. But anyway, we would want to use a pine tar, and that draws that soreness out and helps kill the infection a little bit. And so that's what we're going to do. You can buy a fancy brush if you've got the money. Normally I try to find something that's laying around that I can use. I've used a couple of different things, but what I can do with this just old piece of rope that normally you would throw away, I find a use for it. As you can tell, as you look around the place, we don't throw anything away because we might need it. This right here is going to be my dauber, if you will allow. Sure. And the paintbrush. We're going to be able to use this, get it fully coated with the pine tar, and then just smear it all over the horse's foot, and then we will just turn the horse loose. I had been wrapping him, but he's past the point of he knows what's coming, so he's trying to escape now. So we will get him captured, and I'm going to move my working table right over here to the area that I would kind of like to work in. This horse is gentle for a coming 4-year-old. What I like to do, instead of just grabbing the foot, I kind of introduce myself up here and just say, hey, how you doing? I'm pinching around on him. I finally found a spot that wants him to pick up. And then I'm just kind of taking a little bit out. Right there was where his problem was. It is just almost healed up. And some people have a hoof knife that's actually manufactured for this. At this time, this is my knife working on the hoof, so it's become a hoof knife. And so then I take this rasp and I'm trying to work off the rougher edges, but not necessarily worried about what it looks like from the outside. Of course, y'all can tell that. I'm wanting to get in on the inside. So I'm disrupting this sole, getting that sole kind of roughed up a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this sharp, rough edge off here. And now we're hitting a spot that might be a little tender. So we're gonna get on over here and get that cleaned out. And by no means am I a professional farrier or horseshoer. I just cowboy for a living and do what I think is gonna work best for the horse in the situation that we're in. And I feel him pulling away from me, I let him have his hoof back. I try my best not to pick a fight with the horse. How I got to trimming and shoeing and working on my own horses, I had a horseshoer get mad at a horse. It was the first time he had ever been worked on. Slapped him with the rasp, kicked him in the belly. And so I said, hey, I've worked 3 months to get this horse gentle enough for me to walk up to. So my way ain't the best way, it ain't the only way, but it works for me. And so I just try to be, if they want to fight, I just kind of outlast them. I can't outfight them, I just outlast them. And he'll get tired and give up here in a minute. And so that's what we're looking at. Opening up the pine tar. Used to, just a few years ago, this stuff was so thick you had to get a knife to get it out with. And now I just, it's like soup. And I have added just a little bit of boiled linseed oil and turpentine into the pine tar.
Now, why is that?
And it helps liquefy it, but also it helps heat it up. That turpentine and boiled linseed oil, the linseed oil will help harden it and help on the outer part from possibly getting another abscess. And so what my goal is to get that little brush that I've made, get it just full as I can, and then I'm going to ask that horse to allow me to pick his foot back up, pat a little bit, and then we are going to. Now immediately that is absorbing in. It'd be like you putting molasses on your foot and then setting it back down on the ground. You say, well, that's not going to do any good. Think about how much molasses is going to be packed in once that sand hits it. And that is what's going to carry it through its course. I filled up that hole there, I filled up that hole there, and now all I'm trying to do is help that horse by getting it all over. Because this stuff soaks in. It goes finding its way to the problem, and I've had real good luck with it. Some ask, I say, well, how do you know it works? Well, I've used it. The horse is getting better, so that works. And yeah, and so if you're using a product and it's not fixing the problem, that doesn't make it a bad product. That just makes it the wrong product for the job. Keep it like that. There you go. That's be the safest way.
All right, he's coming to you. He's coming to you.
Yeah, I think you really in control now. All right, if you've got him, I'm gonna try to put this halter on.
Hold him up high like this?
Yeah, I would. You might, don't rope it around your neck, but I'm gonna see if I can get this halter on him. And,
isn't it dangerous to get down near his foot?
Well, yeah, it's dangerous. Everything we do is dangerous. We ate 4 pounds of bacon for breakfast this morning. How much more dangerous can we get?
Do you have any tofu?
We do need to remember we're acting. We'll be beating each other up here. Brian will be like, that's enough. Well, Brian, I guess I need to know if you've actually learned anything today.
Yeah.
Have I done my job of teaching?
That is the question,
Yes.
Professor Clower. Yes. What did I learn today? Number one, get the animal in the pen. Use a trick or treat if you need to.
Yeah.
Use some candy, some feed to get the horse in there.
Right.
Get control of the animal. Get your tools ready. In this case, we're repairing a hoof.
Yes.
And get the rasp and the linseed oil.
Yep.
No, turpentine with linseed oil and
Pine tar.
pine tar.
There
mostly.
you go.
Get those things ready.
Yep.
Get the animal to raise its own leg if you can.
Yes,
Let it
yes.
work for you.
Let it help you.
And then take the rasp and a knife, clean off the area, clean the hoof,
Right.
apply the pine tar,
Yes.
and run away.
Dr. Clower, professor of the university.